Rightio, the Four-Wheel Drive podcast powered by Tyrepower. We are back for another ep minus the Ron Dog.
Minus the Ron Dog.
But who have we got?
Yeah, it's Jaden.
It's Morton.
Morton.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, I thought you might go with that one. I'm good, Cap. How are you?
Thought you might go that. Hurts to laugh too, just by the way. Talk to me about your football heroics on the weekend, because I've walked in this morning. Morning, Jaden. How are you, mate? You should have seen this goal I kicked on the weekend. You were straight into it. Give us a little rundown.
One of the all times, mate. One of the great ones, and I'm not one of the not a guy to hype myself up.
No, you're actually not. I'll give you that.
No, it was just a good little goal. Never will happen again in my life.
Explain what happened.
Explain it. So I was playing centre half forward. Ball got kicked over my head towards the right pocket. Turn around, run towards the right pocket.
So you've got your man up.
Got my man. He's up behind me. He's pressing me. The ball's gone over my head. I've like spun him around. Sprinted towards the ball. Picked it up near the line.
Yeah.
Thought to my head, mate, we could have a shot here. Do a little Eddie Betts or something.
Yeah.
No. Then I thought, no, I'll centre it. Go to centre it, kick it. Look at where the ball's gone. It's gone straight to the big sticks. Straight to the middle.
There is no better. So that is like, if you're on the boundary, for people that don't know AFL footy, if you're on the boundary line and you're inside 50, you're within striking distance of a goal, but the team thing to do is to centre it up to try and get a shot from a better position.
Because you'll never kick that.
Which is the percentages of getting a goal from that position are very, very low.
Yes.
Now, Jaden's tried to centre it.
Yeah.
But you've miskicked the ball a little bit. Is that what you're telling me?
I think it was a nice snap. It was actually a really nice kick.
So you've hit it pretty flush.
I've hit it really nice.
But the intention was for it to
centre.
Be at the top of the goal square, I'm assuming.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's gone 10 metres to the right and
it's just
through
gone,
the middle.
Yeah, generally just straight through the big sticks. And you can hear the crowd. Like I could hear like the crowd and like all the players and everything just go, what? And I was sitting there, I was like,
good. That's a good feeling.
No idea how I've done this.
Yeah.
We'll never do it again, but.
Well, you might do it again.
Yeah, could do it again. It could just be a natural thing for me.
What was your celebration?
I turned to the coaches and the bench and I just went.
Just gave it the...
Like I just did the double. I was like,
how about me?
I have no idea. And then by that time, like everyone was around me. So
yeah, love that.
Didn't really have too much
well
of a
done, mate. That's elite.
And
you had a win.
I had a win, 57. So that was good. Yeah.
Piara Waters. Go the
Waters Falcons.
Go the Falcons.
Yeah. I know. It was good. It was a good weekend for me. How's your weekend, mate?
Not bad. We lost.
You're pretty sore now.
I'm very sore, yeah. But we lost and I'm sore, so it wasn't a great weekend. But we're getting there. The signs are there. We're showing some stuff.
You guys are young.
We're young. We're very young. We're okay.
Rebuilding. There's positive signs.
Just as I've been speaking about a lot of footy chat, haven't I? I was literally saying that off air.
Yeah.
We've gone straight into it.
We've gone straight into footy.
But I better read out this because Southern Riverband with Let It Ride did let us in, as they usually do. Thank you very much. Four-Wheel Drive Podcast on Instagram, all the episodes over on BackChat's YouTube. Patreon's a little bit of stuff going on over there.
Yep.
A little bit more happening. Patreon.com/the Four-Wheel Drive Podcast if you're keen on having a look at that. The 4WD podcast, I should say.
Yes.
And obviously, where do you get your merch, Ultimate Four-Wheel Drive in and the voice messages in?
The 4wheeldrivepodcast.com.au, and that is a 4 with a 4.
Yeah.
There was an issue with being able to search the Four-Wheel Drive Podcast on Google and our website coming up.
Really?
A little SEO thing.
What's SEO mean?
Search engine optimization.
Nerd.
Yeah, sorry, mate. It's just all part of the job.
So what, you don't...
So we should be back. We should be back if you Google the Four-Wheel Drive Podcast website. Oh, I'd just like to say, was it from coming up in Google?
Is that when it comes up forbidden?
No, it doesn't come up at all.
I've been trying to search a couple of things lately.
What have you been searching, mate?
Nah, well, that stuff's probably not forbidden when you try to search that. This stuff is just like a normal, but sometimes I might have accidentally hit dot instead of a space bar or something like that. Which wouldn't help in a URL.
That just means like the URL isn't like
comes up
available.
Forbidden.
Yeah.
Available,
isn't accessible.
I was trying to buy something like it would have probably been four-wheel drive related, to be honest.
Yeah.
Heavy on the search engine at the moment.
Heavy on the search engine. What are you searching for? Tell me what you're looking for four-wheel drive.
Actually looking at a couple of tabs open lately. Like I've had the ROH wheels that we're going to get. I've had them up for ages. Just can't wait to get them on.
Yeah, I know.
Survival pack, like a little survival kit.
Similar
to Ronnie's full the tyre repair kit. like in a little pack like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I need one of them.
This could be a little on the radar.
Yeah.
Slip in there.
Well, it was just
what have you been looking at? What
Amazon
survival
thing.
pack you been looking at?
Just off Amazon.
Yeah, okay.
I don't even know who it is.
What brand?
Yeah. They are quite expensive, but I think it's money well spent. Oh, there's so many different levels.
First aid.
You could basically buy a hospital or you could buy a Band-Aid. Like there's so many varying levels.
So when you say survival kit, you just meant like first aid kit?
First aid kit, sorry. Okay. Yeah, first aid kit.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No. I'm with you.
What else
I
is
got
there,
one
Dane?
from
Roof racks.
ARB.
Oh, okay. They do one.
Last year at the Perth Four Drive Show.
Oh,
It's been pretty good.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really nice, compact, like folds up really nice.
Well, that's what you're
handheld
after.
bag, like zip. Durable.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So I'm in
That's
the
the
market.
only one I've had.
I'm in the market for one of them. But yeah, all the other stuff as well, like my 12-volt system, like just going over that 1,000 times over. Then getting a bit of feedback from our Four Drive podcast friends chat, which is a few, Ronnie, yourself, myself,
Rafa,
and a few others, Rafa, Jono, the boys.
Yeah, big shout out to Rafa. I actually found his website while searching something for the show last night.
Oh, right.
Found his website, top 10 places to kind of go and see in Australia.
Yeah, right.
Really
he's done
list.
his own little list.
He's done his own list. It was really good.
Rafa.
It's actually a really good blog.
Yeah, right.
Like good information, good photos. And
does it surprise you with
Rafa?
No,
it doesn't.
Exactly.
It doesn't at all. And his YouTube videos that he always sends through.
Yeah.
They're good.
They are good.
They're good stuff.
They're a good watch.
Anyway, so what else? What else you got? Sorry, mate. 12-volt systems, roof racks at the moment. Obviously the battery stations, like the more so. The Blue Eddy
like
stuff.
The Blue Eddy, the iCheck World do a good one.
Heard really good things about Blue Eddy. We've had a couple of comments and stuff talking about Blue Eddy and how they're good. I think they had a sale, Blue Eddy, a month and a half ago. So a couple of people messaged in saying, I get Duggo onto this, and I forgot to pass it on to you, mate. Thanks, sorry.
Driving lights.
Yep.
Well, spotlights probably.
Yeah, what do you
don't know, just looking.
No, just looking. Are you like
console?
Give me some recommendations, listeners? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I mean, I'll end up making my own decision probably, but I always like to hear because you want something that's competitive price wise. Like I don't want to just go and put the best on because they're the best. Well, that's a great reason to put the best on, but it's going to be more expensive.
Really expensive.
What's that competitive price for a great result? What outdoes its price? That's what I want to know. What outperforms its price?
We looked at some lights a little while back. You sent it on a purchase of them when you had the Ranger still.
Laser lamps.
Was it? No, it wasn't laser lamps. Was it? I think it might have been a light bar instead of spotties.
Oh, yeah. I bought a light bar, actually. Well, where is that light bar?
You went home and just sent it on a light bar.
Where is it?
Did you get it?
Yeah, I've got a light bar.
Is it on the Ranger?
No, it's not. I found the little bracket 2 days ago.
For the light bar?
Yeah.
So you've bought this light bar.
I don't know where the light bar is.
And
that reminds me. I was looking at this thing. I was like, that's like a bracket for
a light
bar.
And you got it.
I do have it. I don't know where it is.
Oh, mate.
I don't have a big shed or anything. I don't have much stuff. Where is
you got it delivered, right?
Yeah, I've got it. I've had it in my hands 8 months ago. Just don't know where it is now. Could be anywhere. Could be on one of the tradies' cars that's been working at my house.
No, come on, mate. They've been good tradies, haven't they?
Oh, no, they have been. I need to have a look. I need to find out. Anyway, can we go to Tough Dog Tip of the Week? Because I heard you've got one.
Yeah, I'm
Ronnie.
Just getting it up now, mate. So if we could just stall.
Oh, you got it. You actually got it on your phone. You're prepared.
Yeah, I got it on my phone because I saw this morning. And
it's triggered you.
Yeah. There's no Ronnie, and I thought, Tough Dog Tip of the Week. We need to do one.
We didn't get any sent in too.
Didn't get any sent in.
Disappointed with you blokes out there.
Yeah, really.
And ladies.
Come on, send it in.
Anyway,
what are you doing?
Give me a bit more time.
One of the photos didn't send through. So over the weekend, in Lancelin, there was a car fire. Did you hear about this?
I did not hear about this until you mentioned it earlier.
All right, I'll bring this up here. Let's see if I can open it up. There we go.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so you have a look at that.
Is that an X-Trail or a Kluger or something?
I think it's a Forester.
Oh.
Could be wrong.
How's the dirt bikes? Just checking it out.
Yeah, I know. Lano looked like it was absolutely
shit.
popping off.
Oh wow, everyone's come out to have a look, haven't
So
they?
this is from West Coast 4x4 Recovery. They do a lot of recovery on the West Coast.
Yeah,
hence the name.
Gee whiz.
No, but I see a lot of their stuff, and they do these really good Facebook posts where they explain like what's happened with this, like how they've gone about it, and what they've done to solve the problem.
Yep.
And also like what people could do better to not be in that situation again. So they've said, as some might have seen around the traps, there was a substantial vehicle fire in the Lancelin dunes last weekend. Some vehicles survive to live another day if the vehicle is carrying a fire extinguisher. So tough dog tip of the week, carry a fire extinguisher in your car. Make sure you have one. Make sure it's in date. Make sure it works, and make sure it's appropriate for vehicle fires. You need those.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to end up in this situation.
Yeah.
You could have a saved
point.
vehicle.
You don't.
Fires don't start out massive.
Yeah.
You got to get into it on time, but
and it's one of those things.
Just make sure you got one.
I feel like people would say that I don't need one of them, but it's like a winch. You don't need it until you do.
Yeah, exactly.
And
right.
this is like, Lord, that's now a car gone.
Accidents happen all the time. Accidents happen, and if you have the right tools to prevent, or to not prevent the accident, but to solve the problem that the accident's caused, you'll be fine. Yeah. And it's not that hard to get the right tools. Yeah. Like, do you have a fire extinguisher in your car?
I do. Now, admittedly, I don't think it's probably appropriate. If you get what I mean. It's a very like minor extinguisher, but I've got one. It would definitely help. It's better than nothing. Yeah, but I think I could be better.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and especially in the Land Cruiser, there's such a great little space there around the seat, the bottom of the passenger seat, to store one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do, but
yeah, you have potential. You have the potential to save that.
Yeah, and how did
maybe that is a Kluger.
Sorry,
maybe that is a Kluger. No, I'm not sure how it started.
I haven't read too much into the
West Coast said they were called to go and clean up the mess and remove the vehicle from the area.
Yeah.
One of the things they hate putting on the truck because it stinks for days and it's very hard to get the smell of the car off.
Yeah, right.
Which I didn't think about that, but that's an interesting one. But yeah, West Coast 4x4 Recovery, shout out to those guys. If you need something recovered, towed or relocated, just give them a call. 0417090373 or westcoast4x4recovery.com.au.
Nice.
Just thought I'd give them a shout out.
Is that have they featured on Aussie Salvage Squad before? West Coast 4x4?
Maybe. Not.
Like
I'm not fully
I watched
that.
You know that Aussie Salvage Squad show on 7 Mate?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I watched that once, and there was like a recovery done down at like Tim's Thicket or something like that down south of Mandurah there.
Yeah, that could have been it.
And it was, maybe it was them. I don't know.
I don't want to say it was them and it wasn't them, and I don't want to say it's could not be. Them and it wasn't.
I don't know. Good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Tough dog tip of the week in the news this week. Nice little connection.
Yeah, just make sure you.
Yeah.
You got the right gear.
Yeah.
Duggo, how do you watch the footy overseas?
Mate, I use NordVPN. Lets me change my virtual location, so I'm streaming just like in Australia.
So can you watch movies and TV and stuff like that too?
Sure can. It protects passwords, bank details, all the personal stuff. Watch movies, stream TV. It's literally like you're back in Australia, even while you're using public Wi-Fi over there.
And I just need one account?
One account, and you can use up to 10 devices.
Ooh, got space for one more.
To get the best discount off your NordVPN plan, go to nordvpn.com/4WD, and our link will also give you 4 extra months on the 2-year plan. There's no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Links in the podcast episode description. Fire extinguisher.
Recovery or fire extinguisher, but fire extinguisher specifically. Do you have anything else for that? Nah. All right. Do you want to move to On the Radar?
Yeah.
All right. This one was sent in for, and I know you'll be across this, but I'll introduce it anyway. This one was sent in on Instagram, which I know you're on. Couple burner accounts, is that one, mate?
No, I did have a look at Lauren's last night, though, just quickly. I wanted to check one page.
Yeah, good. At the Forward Drive podcast, obviously.
Yeah,
hi, guys. In one of the last episodes, you were happy to share petitions. This was off the back of you sharing the petition, Duggo.
Come on.
Regarding camping forward driving. Please check this one out. The petition is Reform Agritourism, Scenic Rim and Queensland, Support the Farmers. So this is one that Forward Drive 27 is sharing at the moment, according to the the Jungle family on Instagram who sent this in.
Yep.
Really like your podcast, by the way. Keep up the good work. I love the little nice messages people send in at the end.
Yeah,
love the potty.
That's
you guys
really
are doing
nice.
a great job. Really,
that
really
warms
good.
the heart. That does.
So this one's had 17,500 signatures,
It's got some
and
following.
yeah, it's basically just to support the farmers, give them a bit more freedom to do what they want
Yep.
in regards to their farming and clear the red tape.
So the scenic rim, where is that? Where are we talking about there?
That is in, I think it's New South Wales.
So petition for reform, cutting red tape to empower farmers in the scenic rim and boost the local economy.
Sorry, Queensland.
Queensland.
Yeah, it's in West Moreton.
Oh, you're joking.
Nah, West
That
Moreton
is
region of
fantastic.
southeast Queensland, Australia.
Fantastic.
As a WA born and bred, I'm sorry for that. Sorry if you're getting that wrong.
Yeah, right. So this is, so I want to give a little bit of information on the page that I've just clicked on here. So it's to the local, so this is to the local government and relevant authorities of the scenic rim.
Yep.
We, the undersigned, call on the local government and relevant authorities to take immediate action to reduce unnecessary red tape and support farmers in the scenic rim by creating new opportunities for alternative income streams. This will help alleviate financial pressures, reduce mental health challenges, and strengthen our regional economy. And then there is much more detail to
Heaps
this.
of information.
Focusing a little bit on agritourism, as it said, as the Jungle family mentioned in their little rundown.
And yeah, I'll put a link in the description of the YouTube, or I'll do it in the Spotify and Apple podcasts as well. So if you want to go check it out, you can Google it. It'll be on our website, on our YouTube page. So just have a look there.
Yeah.
But
so it's mainly focused around agritourism, and it's actually there's a mention of hip camp in here. There's a mention of how New South Wales have been able to see some positive results in this.
Yeah.
So it's obviously a big thing for the scenic rim. 17,000 people behind it already, so that's great. That's what we're after. Get behind that if you're in Queensland,
absolutely.
especially, or Australia wide.
This might be one of those ones where you have to be in Queensland. You have to provide a Queensland address to sign the petition, but sign up. Just sign it. Anything to support the farmers.
We sign up as a
really
forward
good.
or a podcast if we can.
Yeah, definitely. You want to do that now?
Yeah,
Not now.
I don't have
We'll
your
do
details, but
we'll sign in as the
We'll
Full
get
Drive
behind
podcast if we can.
if we can, yeah.
We'll use one of your addresses over there, mate.
One of my addresses.
Yeah,
So do you
you got like 6 houses or something. Living life well.
The portfolio.
The portfolio.
I like this. This is so much
it's
detail
really
on
detailed.
it. Like I'd probably, if I read it, would be here for a long time. But it's.
I
really
will read
cool.
one thing of it, and this is just the barriers for agritourism that it said here. So one of the major obstacles farmers face when attempting to diversify their income through agritourism is the cost of obtaining a development application.
Yeah.
So the cost of a development application is between 40 and 100,000 or more.
Right. It's a lot of money.
So
up
it's a
front,
lot
isn't
of
it?
money, and considering
And that's just for the. Like that. That's
that's
just
for the
the
TA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There's more.
This is great. I like it. Agritourism. I think that would be just agritourism in itself. I always think there's a massive benefit in that.
Yeah.
I was seriously looking last night on Hip Camp on who sort of is doing this around WA more so, because I was like, who's within a few hours for me to go and have a look at. Yeah, huge. And like, it's not for the customer, it's not a lot of money to stay at a hip camp. Like, but for these guys, if they're getting 100 stays across the year, like it's a good little. It alleviates a little bit of financial pressure on
because
the actual
they're
farming
already
side of
under a
things,
lot of
which is
financial
very marginal
pressure
at
anyway.
times.
Yeah.
Very marginal. So,
Very, very marginal. Sometimes unders.
I like
A
it.
lot of time unders.
Reform, agritourism, scenic rim, and Queensland support the farmers. Love it. Get around that. We've got we'll supply the link somewhere.
I'll put the link in the
check
YouTube
that out.
description.
But thank you to the Jungle family.
Yep.
The _ Jungle family. Yeah. Well
really
done.
good one.
That's great. Thank you
Thanks,
for
guys.
for answering the call too on on
we like that. We
petitions
like
and stuff.
when,
That's
like
good.
when people answer the
I
call.
feel like there's a bit of passion in that.
Yeah.
Getting behind something like that.
You've done something there, mate.
Well, the Jungle family have,
Jumped on board.
they've jumped on board, which is great.
Yeah. Really
Well
good.
done.
That's all I had for on the radar.
Yeah, me too.
The
This
ladder
is
thing was
interesting.
gonna be on the radar, but yeah.
This is interesting what you've got lined up here next because I've got no idea what's going on.
Yeah, this is new for you.
Yeah.
I thought, what's something we can talk about, full driving related-ish, that's just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of would you rathers for you.
Yeah.
Just going to rattle them off one at a time and see how you feel.
Okay.
See what you do. You can just give me some feedback on them. Let me know if they're shit. Let me know if they're fucking terrible or they hit the spot. First one.
Yep.
Would you rather
Mm.
Simpson Desert with no aircon,
Yeah.
Vic High Country in the piss and down radius, or
So, and no what? So, Simpson Desert, no aircon?
Vic High Country when it's storm. When
Oh,
storm's
but I've got
happening.
heater.
You got a heater.
Jeez.
It'll be muddy, slippery,
I think,
low vision.
jeez, because I'm a terrible fool driver. That's actually quite a tough one because both destinations I really want to do and haven't done before.
Yeah.
Middle of winter, wet, snowy, stormy in the Vic High Country. I don't think I'm capable. I don't know if the 79's just ready for that yet either.
You could do it.
But I think there's the Simpson Desert I could do, but we're talking no aircon at. I'm thinking, I'm picturing it's hot.
Yeah, it'll be hot.
You're saying I've
It's
got no
hot.
aircon, so
You
you're
got no
making me
aircon.
suffer.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna. Oh, that's tough.
What are you
mate.
deliberating
I think I'm
here?
gonna. I'm actually thinking of where I want to go the most.
Yeah, okay.
What can I put up with?
So you're going like destination.
I'm going to destination over the circumstances
Yeah,
you've
okay.
given me, and I think I'm going to go the Simpson Desert.
I would really like the Vic High Country in a storm.
Yeah, but the thing that I was about to choose that, and then I thought if there's a storm in the Vic High Country, I'm not even going to see a view.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you get up there on those beautiful days, and you've got it feels like you're the only person in the world looking at. I'm assuming it's what it looks like on the film that I've seen, but you know what I mean.
That's a tough one. Put your comments below. I want to know what you guys will be thinking
I'm
of this
thinking
one.
the Simpson Desert with
Yeah,
no aircon,
Simpson
and
Desert.
I've heard
Do you agree with Liam?
I've heard up north.
Liam.
You know, Liam. Well,
Jeez, sorry, mate.
am I in trouble?
Jeez.
You know, is it Ronnie who runs the tours up in the Kimberley?
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure someone told me once he doesn't use an aircon ever. I'm not sure if he's. I don't know what he's driving, but
Puts the window down.
it's just because if you're in and out of the car constantly, you're acclimatizing yourself to.
Yeah,
just
but he
feel
lives
more-
up there as well.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I think he says that to people as well. Like, if you jump back in your car with the aircon on, you're out every half an hour checking stuff out in the heat.
Yeah. Feels hotter than it is.
Yeah, it's just like your body's always just in and out. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'd go up there and just, even if I had aircon, I wouldn't use it,
Okay. You would.
Simpson Desert for me. Give me the Vic High Country in a little bit nicer weather.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Yep.
Would you rather be stuck in a convoy with someone who drives 10 under the speed limit?
Yep.
Always, constantly?
Yep.
Or someone who won't shut up on the radio?
Won't shut up on the radio for sure.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm the other.
Oh,
The
yeah.
other way. Yeah. I'd rather
Really?
be 10 Ks under than,
Nah.
like, I'd rather be doing 100 instead of 110 because saving fuel.
Yep.
Getting there a bit slower, but saving fuel.
Yep.
And I hate it when people just like won't shut up on the radio. When that radio goes off and you, oh yeah.
Are you sitting in the car
Shut
by
up.
yourself though?
If I am or if I'm not, I don't think like that changes it for me.
Okay. Because what if I was sitting in the car with you and I didn't shut up anyway? Like our trip back to.
Yeah, but
Perth.
I think we'd have a good yarn.
Yeah, okay.
I think we would have a good yarn, and it's good being like side by side with someone, like
Yeah.
having a chat. Whereas like over a radio,
It's different.
constantly,
Yeah.
non-stop,
Yeah.
it's a bit
I just
a bit
can't.
much. I love a good radio banter.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah, it's every now and then.
has that.
I think it beats going 10 under though. Like I'm just thinking, imagine going 10 under from Adelaide to Perth.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean,
would you rather?
I've done that. I've done that trip with like not Adelaide to Perth, but like I've done Perth to Exmouth going 10 under
Yeah.
because people in our convoy had like old rigs that couldn't,
Yeah.
Couldn't
I
handle,
suppose
like,
you're probably
110.
right. It's a bit of fun.
and the economy
helped.
Yeah, helped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
You drop it by a decent amount.
I'm okay to see the difference there. I can. Yeah, I'm still taking the other one though.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think if you're having a good yarn on the
just
radio,
after our chats over the last few weeks, how pissed off we've been with people going under the speed limit. Just got to back that up.
Yeah. In a convoy, I don't mind it.
Yeah. Well,
as long as it's my convoy, not.
I'm going to remember this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 10 under and talk shit all day on the radio.
All right, last one. Would you rather have no music for an entire trip or no aircon for an entire trip?
Oh, no aircon. I couldn't do it without music.
Nah.
I think that's like, call me sort of futuristic. I reckon there'd be people out there that'd be like, no, music's fine. Just listen to the note of the V8 Cruiser, mate. But nah. Sorry, I need my music.
I'd have to go music as well.
Music.
I don't think I could do a trip without music.
Yeah, I like these would you rathers. It'd be interesting to see Ronnie's thoughts on these.
Yeah, that would be.
I feel like Ronnie would have like,
we'll throw them to him next week.
He'd dive right into what it's all about.
Yeah, I reckon if people have got some would you rathers that you want to send to Ronnie, I'll pick the 3 best ones that we get sent in, and we'll go with those.
And make them. You can make them. You know, if you prefer to hear about the actual would you rathers that a lot of your mates might ask you.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know those ones.
We may not be able. That might be a Patreon thing.
Could be
that might be on our OnlyFans. You never know.
Yeah.
Only I like it. Would you rather? Good fun, mate.
Yeah. Do you like that one?
Yeah, good on you.
Good.
I like that.
Good. I was decently happy with your answers there. Thought you might go for I kind of thought you might go for music. No music.
Gotta be.
But I thought after all our road trip song chats and stuff.
Yeah. I actually think we genuinely owe a whole episode to like music.
Yeah, road trip songs.
Yeah, but I've been
maybe we can get a collab with Pass the Ox.
Yeah, maybe get TB.
Get TB
because he'd actually have some knowledge around that and what to go to.
You're a music guy as well. Like you and TB might actually have a good.
Yeah, I feel like
he'd probably get real philosophical on you. But
that's okay. But I just don't know about my actual music knowledge. Like when you watch those boys go about it, they're very much.
I really enjoyed
I don't actually know about my full drive knowledge either,
episode. Did you
Jakey,
watch that?
I haven't seen Jakey's yet.
That was a good one.
Jakey.
Yeah, it was a good one.
He's a bit heavy for me.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway.
He had like Kings of Leon in there, like some real chill ones. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think there'd be a whole episode on that.
You have come in this morning steaming with Jaden. I did the run sheet. I did something in the run sheet.
Yeah.
Great.
And then you didn't even use it.
No, I didn't use it. But let's go to it now. What do you got?
So I don't know if you remember. It was a while ago now, and I apologise. I forget the name of whoever has sent this in, but asked us like, yeah, boys,
shut up about
it's all right, but yeah, you're going on a bit about Toyotas here, like.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, why don't you do Duggo a D-Max review? And Ronnie, why don't you do? I think he got the MPS, the Isuzu truck.
Yeah.
Was it the truck? Or was it something else?
I think he would have got a U as well.
I thought it was a truck.
Was it?
I reckon it might have been. Whether it was the Isuzu or not. But anyway, I was like, I just don't know how I review a D-Max without actually hopping in one. I don't really know how to get to one to actually drive around. But I was like, D-Max, there's a lot of information out there. It's a cool car.
Yep.
And then I've just been like lazy and haven't done any research. So I sat down for half an hour last night, had a look around. To be honest, when I started researching about a D-Max, I was like, I'm going to need 8 hours to figure all this out.
Yep.
Because it was just like, I can't go through all the little details of every single model and what you get on all of them.
Yep.
So the way I thought about it is like, when I typed in D-Max, I didn't realize they have about, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've got like 8 different variants of the D-Max Ute.
Yep.
That you can go. And I was like, Jesus.
There's a lot out there.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of choice and varying ranges. So basically, actually 9. Sorry,
which one did you pick?
Blade. I haven't picked.
Did you pick one, or you just went through
I've sort
all
of picked all of them. But what I've done, I've got a mate who drives a D-Max, and I've asked, like, mate, give us like a bit of like a ultimate four-wheel drive, like 3 things you love, 3 things you hate.
Yeah,
a little bit about it.
Great. Okay.
And then I sort of searched up like the common problems of a D-Max, the more current D-Maxes, and what they are. So I've got a link there that's got a few things around. But basically what they've got is, so they've got a Blade, which is like your top model. I'm assuming that's like your Hilux Rogue.
D-Max Blade.
D-Max Blade.
D-Mux.
D-Mux, the Muxie.
The Mux.
That's the MUX.
Yeah, it is.
So the Blade is the top model, I'm assuming. Now, it's got the decal and on the outside, it's got the sports bar sort of thing on the back. I don't know what else it offers in terms of what car it is, but that's 75 to 80K brand new.
Mm-hmm.
But these are the brand new versions of these cars. Obviously, they've sort of been around these models for a long time. I'm not sure about the Blade. I think that's pretty new. The LSU Plus, 74K. X-Terrain, 70K. LSU, 70K. LSM, 63. SX, 60. LSU High Ride, 58. X-Rider, 58. And SX High Ride, 50. And I'm just like, what are all these?
Yeah, what are all these variants?
Basically, the way they look is the way they're priced. So the one that looks like it's going to be the most expensive is
the most expensive.
And then the most basic one is the SX High Ride down there at your 50K mark.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know what they offer.
Okay.
It was just going to take too long, and I was looking at it. I was like, there are too many to go through. But the common thing, it's a 3-liter engine. They're reputable, been around a long time.
Yeah,
they're a great car, even though those higher models are getting up there in price, if you sit in the middle at the LSM 63K, it's very competitive against your Hilux and your Rangers.
Is that drive away? Or is this
these are drive away prices, brand new, indicative price, sorry. So there might be a few fees on top, but that's basically what the numbers are giving.
They all same engine?
So they offer a 3-litre and a 1.9, and I didn't even look into detail on what they are because they offer also 4x2s.
Yeah.
So there's just your standard like 2-wheel drive utes that are just going to be used for tradies and whatever. Obviously, we're interested in the 4x4s, so we're interested basically in the 3-litre, the 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
That's the market that we're trying to hit. So that was a few prices on what they are. I don't know if I love the look of them a whole lot.
They're not my favourite looking car.
They're not my favourite, but I don't have any.
I can get them to look tougher.
Yeah, and this is where I want to go with it a little bit because I think, and we've spoken about this really early on in the piece. You buy a Ranger, you buy a Hilux. Those modern dual cab utes, that market, which the Ranger and Hilux probably lead.
Ranger, yeah.
You're paying like 75 for the XLT, which is basically that's your standard.
The XLS. That's your basic.
But the XLT is kind of like it's not your top, it's not your bottom. It's like sweet spot. That's 75 grand.
Just a lot of money to drop.
A lot of money to drop. So that's where I'm thinking you put yourself in an LSM or an SX or the LSUs and above go sort of into that range. But you get in an LSM and you've got the money
spare
to kit it out.
Yeah.
If you're thinking that way. Now, you may not. $63,000 is still a bloody lot of money.
Yeah.
But it's competitive for where we are at the moment in the dual cab ute space. So
and you're saying if like you have 75 grand, you can get that LSM 63. You've got a spare 12 grand that you can kit out the car with. Or you just pay all that 75 grand and do the Ranger.
Stock Ranger.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
saying. And you
saying.
can't. You've got no money after that. That's it.
So it's a bit similar to my mind in the BT50 is probably the similar sort of spot for it. Like that's...
I'd personally be going, like, if I had 75K budget, I would be looking at cars that are 10 to 15K under that.
To get...
If they're stock.
Yeah. I agree.
You don't want to buy this car that you can't actually do anything with because it's got highway terrains on it. It's got 20-inch rims. Yeah, like it's just not. And it's like not ready to go.
Towing capacity and all that. They're all competitive.
Yeah, they're all pretty similar. They're not.
Yeah,
I don't know if you tow with a D-Max.
But you certainly can.
You can.
Yeah,
but like it's something like if you have a caravan and you're looking to tow.
Yeah,
probably wouldn't go a D-Max.
Yeah,
I mean, for the price range and for what it is, like it'll definitely do a good job.
And for the amount of choice you've got, like you can hit. If you really love D-Maxes, you go and get the Blade and you got a wicked car straight up. And that has more features.
See, I've not heard of the Blade before.
I actually hadn't either.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you want to go right up to the top, you'll get more features, more forward driving features, more like trim, more that's going to be there straight away as well. So it depends what you want to do. If you're going to kit a car out to 4-wheel drive or tour a little bit or even a weekend warrior, I'm sticking with like the the medium model, the LSM, and I'm putting some stuff on it. So I've texted Craig the Cray Fisherman, a mate of mine.
Craig the Cray Fisherman.
Yeah.
What's he got for us?
So he's got a D-Max.
Start us off. 3 things you love.
So his D-Max 21 LSM, so 2021 model. What he loves, great on fuel. So they off the factory floor, they sort of say 8 litres per 100. So pretty good once you start, bigger tyres, whatever. But he's still great on fuel. Loves the interior and the head, like the dash, the head unit.
Really?
Really likes that, and a reliable engine. Obviously, they're known for that. What he doesn't like is they have no ground clearance from stock, so you got to put suspension straight in it, which is something you got to think about. Definitely with the LSM version.
They actually do have a really nice interior.
Weak CVs, so I'm assuming he's found that out the hard way.
Yep.
And the safety features he believes they haven't quite got right either. In that model. So Craig's kids, I don't know whether there's airbag issues or didn't have enough time to get into that much detail with him, but there's something to maybe do your homework on if you're looking at buying one.
Jeez, I'd love to know what.
One more shit, he said. This is in another message. He's like, needs more power. So they're not getting maybe as much out of that 3 litre as he'd like. And he said he's got a 22 SR Hilux as well as a work car.
Oh, cool.
And he'll jump in the D-Max any day over that.
Really?
So that's a bit of a comparison to the Hilux. So similar time, like it's 22 Hilux, 21 D-Max. So there's a little bit on that. Now, the common D-Max problems, there's a great link through MyCar. So mycar.com.au, there's an article from 21st of June 2023, common problems with the Isuzu D-Max. Basically, the ones that come out is there's potential for automatic transmission problems. So a lot of the autos have these.
Rangers
but
have
they
those.
can heat up while performing like towing, heavy loads or windy roads. The heat transfers to the radiator coolant, causing the engine to heat up, which isn't great news for your auto transmission. So that's one thing that doesn't help. And then bull bars, winches, and spotlights are considered all part of your towing load. So make sure you keep this in mind when loading up your vehicle with mods. So the heavier you make this thing, the more it's going to struggle. The other one is the so the D-Max comes with a 1.9 or a 3 litre turbo diesel engine. But both of these have shown to have issues with the EGR, which is the exhaust gas recirculation. So a lot of the time when you're doing city driving, stop-start, this EGR starts to clog a little bit. So they say every now and then, just make sure you're getting it up to highway speeds to give that system a good flush and blow it out and it doesn't build up. Yeah. So that's another thing. Injectors, I mean, you would find these for all cars. This is just what this article's decided to talk about. Injector problems and rear diff problems are also to consider. Now, you're going to get them in all cars, no doubt. For the D-Max, this is what MyCar is saying, who are, this is their thing that they do. So there's a few things. Now, just to finish on the D-Max, I don't want to go too overs on it. If you have a look at so my favourite D-Maxes that I've seen on my YouTube travels, the 4-wheel drive 24/7 D-Max that Graham often drives around, and Jock is sometimes in when Graham's not around. That's like a MITS alloy fit out. That is a cool D-Max. Now, obviously, cool their budget's quite
high.
Never ending.
It's not a normal budget.
No, but that is a very, very nice D-Max. And although their budget is quite high, I don't think they've gone like, it's not coil swapped and
it's not unreasonable.
It's not like a 4-wheel drive monster. It's actually it's a genuine looking tourer to check out. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to know how they've gone with the weights, because they've kitted that with everything. It's a tough ute. It does all the tracks and it's really comfortable.
Yep.
And there's this channel called Less Ordinary, and I believe it's their D-Max, but I'm not sure. They've shown it on their channel anyway. But that is, and I remember watching this video like a year ago or close to. And then as I was searching up last night, D-Max builds, that one popped up again. I remember seeing it. Really cool D-Max to go and have a look at. But there's a little bit of a D-Max rundown. Couple of problems to look at. Something that an owner likes, what he doesn't like, and then just the varying levels of models that you can get.
Yeah, you've done well there, mate. Done a bit of research.
I felt like it was well overdue, but I think we probably... I didn't mind doing it. I didn't learn a lot about the D-Max. I just found there was so much information you could find on these cars. Like, probably the best way to do it is go and sit in one and drive it. But
yeah, definitely. I've driven a D-Max, an older one. Yeah, probably like I can't remember what year it was, but it would have been 10s.
Yeah,
maybe. Drove one, mate bought one for cheap-ish, just to try and get into four-wheel driving. So D-Max was the first one. Bought it. It was fairly stock. Lifted it, put some tyres on it, roof rack, bull bar. The bull bar might have already been on it, but it actually drives nicely.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't drive horribly. Interior of the old ones is probably a bit like average. Yeah. And that's coming from someone who owns a 70 series with a very average interior. But the new ones look really nice. I had a look at those interiors. The 21 models look very modern interior. So if you like that kind of stuff,
you just got it now,
that's good. But
especially in those higher models.
I would potentially be looking at a D-Max.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Like if I was looking to get into a ute and go get into forward driving and start off, D-Max is an incredible option.
No doubt. No doubt.
Along with there's a bunch of others.
Yeah.
But good stuff, man. Should we move into a ultimate four-wheel drive and end up on this one?
Yeah. That probably went a bit long. Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
No. Don't apologise, mate. Apologise to the listeners, mate. They had to listen to it.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Joking. Ultimate four-wheel drive. So this one's sent in. Do you want to read this one out? Or you done talking for a bit?
No, you go for it. Yeah.
This one, Tristan Masonobe. This is a guy who sends in a lot of messages to us on Instagram. Really good contributor.
Yep.
From Norway.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah. I'm sure we've looked at his car before.
Yep.
The Prado.
Yeah.
So it's got a 2000.
I think I'm picturing this in my head now.
2005 Prado 120. Spending budget probably close to 130,000 AUD. Purpose Weekend Warrior. I love it. I love getting the Weekend Warriors in there because that's a lot of people.
That's us. Yeah.
It is us. Well, it'd be nice to be us.
Yeah, true.
3 things you love. Very capable, especially in the snow, yet comfy to daily or on long highway drives, which is great. Endless aftermarket thanks to the Lexus GX 470 being popular in the US. Sky's the limit, or my wallet. Easy to park and get groceries. Yep. That's very good for a shopping trolley. That's very good.
That's a very Australian joke, that one, to be honest.
It is. 3 things you don't like. 8-inch rear diff. Oh, well. 1 kd piston weakness and a love-hate relationship with the IFS. It can be better in many ways than a solid axle, but you need to spend 25 to 30,000 USD.
Okay. Love-hate with the IFS.
Yeah. I do love a good solid axle. It just depends on what kind of stuff you're doing.
You love a good solid axle, do you?
A little solid axle, mate. Eh?
What about a 8-inch?
Yeah.
Rear diff.
8 inch is nice, mate. Like, you don't get them that big usually.
I'd be stoked. I don't know what they don't like about that.
Anything else we should know? I bought it 3 years ago as my first four-wheel drive. It's been a learning process from day one as I found out it was rusted and the frame was about to split. Ooh, I hope you got it for a cheap price. So 6 months into ownership, I did frame replacement.
Wow.
Fucking hell. Only parts that aren't less than 2 years old now are the turbo and the engine, but I've done the injectors. Went up to 35s by 12.5 by 17-inch rims. Nice. Wow. I didn't know the Prados could go up to 35s. Negative
with the new frame.
Yeah, with the new frame. Possible. Yeah, or you do whatever you want. Negative 30 ET 6 months ago now. No regrets. A lot more capable and much more stable.
Sorry, negative 30 ET. What's that? Do you know?
ET. I'm blanking on it.
Neg 30 ET.
Not sure. I'm that.
I can search it while you read it.
No idea. 6 months ago now, no regrets, a lot more capable and much more stable, not re-geared yet. The 1KD moves them just fine, but it's on the cards along a 9.5-inch rear differential. I have a classic drawers, fridge, 100 amp hour lithium setup inside. Picture shows without a rooftop tent or
it's
awning.
Offset. It's just offset.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Einpresstafe. I'm not sure how to say it. It's a German phrase. ET indicates the distance between the mounting surface and the geometric center of the wheel.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense.
So the neg 30 offset.
Yeah, that honestly, I couldn't think of the word offset.
Yeah, well, it's not exactly.
But
it's
ET
not neg 30 OS.
No, it's not.
So anyway, yeah.
What is it? What's ET? Algebra. It's German.
It's a German term
Cool.
of I am pressed tight.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
that's pretty good German, mate. But a new set is going on as we will live out of it for 3 weeks in June. Wow, that's cool.
Oh yeah. We got the photos, of course.
Photos there. That's it in the snow.
Damn.
Wow.
That is tough.
It looks
know if I have
so
seen
good with
this.
the 35s.
Have I seen this?
I think we've seen this.
I was picturing a blacked out Prado for some reason.
You know what it is? Do you remember back when we first started, we did a segment. We did a bogged segment. We did a bogged thing, and we had listeners send in their cars being bogged, and we looked at them.
Yeah.
I
One of them.
think Tristan sent in his.
Well, I can't remember this car. That's so I'm saying it.
I could be wrong. I could be miss.
Mate, this is a tough looking Prado. I love that. Imagine seeing that cruising through the streets in Norway.
Dude.
Unbelievable. I hope Tristan looks like a massive beard.
Yeah, massive,
colour,
huge Viking.
Yeah. And this
Tough.
is his chariot.
Dude.
Awesome car. Silver Prado. The 35s.
The 35s look
unbelievable. It's got
unbelievable.
like real sort of wide flares on it, which like give it this, and we're only seeing it from like a back angle, but it's like this real tough stance, lifted. That rear bar gives it like a heap of height off the back there. Makes it look like it's that looks really different.
I don't think he's got a rear bar on it.
Well, yeah, I suppose is that just the chassis?
Yeah, that must.
Yeah.
I think that's just the chassis
Almost
because you can see the tow bar coming off there,
Yeah.
the tow ball. It
Covered
looks like
in
he's
a,
just lifted it up a bit.
sprinkled in a bit of snow.
Yeah,
It's got this. What roof rack is that?
I would have no idea what roof rack that is. That
It's got-
doesn't.
Got a mount like a rear window mounting.
Yeah, sorry.
awning.
I really like that
Tough, man.
mounting
That is
system there with
tough.
the box. He's got like on the far rear window. He's got this
It's almost like a mission.
Mission 4x4 type.
4x4 type
Yeah.
setup. Yeah. How's those side steps too? Like just girthy big tubes.
Girthy big tubes, 8 inches, mate.
8-inch mark.
Huge, very nice. ARB
Bashy.
bash plate.
That's a different bar.
I like the
what I've
wind
seen.
deflector. That looks really nice. I wonder if that actually does a good job of stopping the wind noise you'd get from the roof rack.
Awning, like lights. That is a well thought out car, mate.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I wonder what animals they have in Norway. Like you've got roos here driving along that you'll smash into on the road. I wonder what you've got in Norway that you need hoops to protect your car with, because there's no hoops on this one. So I wonder if there's anything you're really worried about
Let me have a look.
for that extra protection.
Well, what is that bar? It's more of a not a nudge bar, but more of like a
Generally, I think the brand says more.
more. So wildlife
More
in Norway: reindeer, wolf,
Oh, okay. Reindeer's probably
orcas.
pretty.
Probably not going to be hitting an orca
Might hit an orca, I don't know.
unless they jump. Polar bears,
Fuck off.
apparently. I don't know. A musk ox,
Mate,
an Arctic
just
fox.
I think you need a bigger bull
moose.
bar on this thing if you're going for polar bears or
Mate, I'd
something.
be
That's-
strapping the whole thing up.
Fuck that.
That there is a bit going on in Norway,
Yeah,
but
there's a lot
that's
going
a
on in
wicked.
Norway.
Any more photos? Any
Nah,
interior?
it's just
those
the two, yeah.
That's a wicked looking. And how's the little Norway flag underneath that side mirror there?
Yeah, like that.
The
The snorkel is I've not seen a snorkel like that, and you don't see
the
those
head on it
around.
is
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Like a snorkel that goes up, and then instead of having like a open end, it's like it's got a bowl sitting on top of it.
Now, when
It's giving the snorkel a bowl cut.
when Tristan said he's staying in it for 3 months,
3 weeks.
3 weeks, sorry.
Yeah.
Pictures show without. Oh, yep. So he's
Yeah,
got a
so he doesn't have a
tent.
rooftop
Yeah,
tent.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got the awning on it at the moment.
Yeah, I was going to say because I was wondering what his camp setup would be, but yeah, so rooftop tent on that roof rack, which I don't know what it is. GXCT maybe.
Yeah.
Looks nice, but that's a nice looking car.
It is really nice.
Good ultimate four-wheel drive.
Really good ultimate four-wheel drive.
I
Jeez,
like
look at the snow built in under where those the CVs are on the left.
It's
That
pretty
is
crazy.
I wonder if that's a problem. I wonder what kind of like terrain problems and stuff you're facing out there in Norway. I was thinking of snow.
I'm thinking mud. Like
I wonder what snow's like to
steep.
drive on, like
Yeah.
in that full drive there. That's
Anyway.
cool.
Well,
That's very nice. Thanks, Tristan, mate. That is a great That is a great
Ford
rig.
WD.
Yeah, really good. All right, let's quickly go to around the fire pit.
Oh, yeah.
We'll run through a couple.
Yeah.
This one from Chief K. Hey boys, running a Shrike aerial for 4G, 5G, and it works okay. So this is off what we were talking about last week with Starlink and the 5G antenna.
Yep.
Like Ronnie says, it'll give you an extra bar of signal or pick up the network sooner, but it's not a booster or genuine alternative to Selfie or Starlink. Love the potty. Cheers. Thank you for the kind message at the end, mate.
Yes, love that.
MKMTA said, I had the Strike 4G and phone cradle. It wasn't worth the cost. Was sold to double your signal. If you have 1 bar, 90% of the time, still only had 1 bar.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
So Starlink's looking more.
Yeah.
So Chief K's okay with it.
Yeah.
MTA not okay with it.
I think like what you and Ronnie were saying last week, it's a farmer's thing.
Yeah.
It'll work well for those guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Gaz8410 had a 4G strike kit when I did a tag along with Ronnie in 2020. All it did, gain signal a bit earlier than anyone else and hung on a bit longer than when leaving a tower. Ronnie's correct. Might suit a farmer when in low or iffy signal areas.
Yeah.
Oh, cupping. Duggo, don't do it. It's rupturing capillary blood vessels under the skin, causing bruising. Your body then needs to waste energy processing dead blood cells instead of getting ready for the next game.
Wow.
Next game. That's interesting feedback.
Gaz, I am about to head to the footy club after this, and cupping is now not on my list.
Mate, I mean...
Interesting.
Yeah. Don't remember
it makes
putting
sense what he's saying there. Like, yeah. Because the body needs to work harder to bring to generate new blood and flush out the dead stuff.
I've heard multiple things about.
I've heard so many good and
cupping.
I haven't heard many bad. So this is a nice little devil's advocate moment for me.
Yeah.
Interesting on the strike. It's been around for a while though. Gaz is saying.
Yeah.
2020 back
5
to
years.
Trip. Like,
been a while. Yeah.
I actually thought it was a brand new concept.
Well, the 5G one is, but
gotcha. Okay.
not the.
Yeah.
They would have had the antennas before.
Gotcha.
For 3G.
Fair enough. Yep. The great feedback too on on
the antenna. Yeah, really good there. We called for that, so that's good. Overland Adventure NZ. Do you guys not have one of your cell phone services in Australia connecting up with Skylink and being able to text back and forth to someone when you get no coverage other than via cell networks? In New Zealand, we have one with 1NZ, which allows us to use phones to text when completely out of cellular service via satellite. This service was also available from one of the cell phone providers in the US as a beta. Would have thought you guys would have had the service available in Australia by now. Supposedly in the near future, with more satellites going up, you'll be able to do phoning up and talking to someone via cell phone via the satellite instead of cellular network, which is quite a cool feature coming in the future. The cost in New Zealand is part of the summer of the standard more expensive cell phone plans.
So it's just like what's going on.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't think we have anything like that. That's why we have to use satellite phones.
We still can't get if you head half an hour past the hills here, you can't get.
You can't get service. So there's no chance we're going to have that. Now that I think about it, you wouldn't have that at all.
You know what? I reckon. Unbelievable. You know what? Australia would probably try to claim that we did this for New Zealand and haven't even done it for ourselves. I feel sorry. Sometimes I feel sorry for New Zealand because they're like, we just literally, I feel like we just claim everything.
Yeah.
And it's not, we're not.
No.
They're so good over there.
Yeah, I know.
It's actually the sickest place. We're just like, yeah.
It's fucking gorgeous.
We did that.
Yeah. I'm going there next year.
Oh, yeah? Mate, it's an unbelievable spot.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Mum and Dad just been.
Yeah.
And I was so jealous.
I can't wait. It'll be so
Have
good.
you ever been?
No, never been.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. Have you been?
Yeah. Oh. So when are you going, actually?
Yeah.
You going with Court?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it's Uncle's birthday.
Oh, so you'll get a bit of you'll get a bit of an actual locals
locals.
Run
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't had that experience.
Mate, if you want to come, mate, it'll be during footy season.
So okay with that?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Bring Lauren, mate. Family trip.
But that's interesting because that is something that So what? Overland Adventure NZ, I'd wonder if I want to see maybe some of their stuff because the New Zealand forward driving is unbelievable.
Have a look at that. Well, they're Overland Adventure NZ on YouTube, so go have a look. YouTube. Yeah, go have a look.
I can even see it. Is it so when he says we have one with 1NZ, which allows us to use phones to text when completely out of cellular service via satellite, back and forth to someone when you got no coverage? So I'm assuming it's not just one person you can text. I'm assuming it's multiple. Because the way I read it, the way I heard that at the start is like you can choose one person almost. It's like
I think
you couldn't be able to choose
without having looked into it. I'm just gonna just splurt shit out of the mouth here. I would say it's instead of using the 5G towers and stuff that are around, it switches to satellite and gives you coverage that way. Cool. So similar to a Starlink.
If we have that, I don't know about it. I feel like we would know about it if we did.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah,
I'm sure we don't.
That's good.
The only way to actually do texting, calling, and anything like that when you're out of service is sat phone.
Maybe Albo will hear this.
Yeah, come on, Albo.
Just got this. He's just been voted back in.
Yeah,
maybe he just gets this up and going.
Hopefully. Then well, I've got something for the next episode that we'll talk about.
LLA.
All right. Anyway, wrapping up now, mate.
Yep, done. Righto. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Overland Adventure NZ. I'm looking forward to having.
Yeah, send in more questions as well, guys. Send in some questions, some voice messages, some whatever. Just comment below.
And on that, Full Drive Podcast powered by Tyrepower.
Yeah,
we outie.
Give microphone head here some feedback.
Yeah. Southern River Band, let it ride to see us out. Thank you for that, mate. The Full Drive Podcast on Instagram, all episodes over on BackChat's YouTube. Patrons, stick around. Quick little chat coming up. Merch, voice messages, and the Ultimate Full Drive at the Full Drive Podcast.